I intend to take you into the dark side of the internet, and maybe the next arena in the Middle East. 40 years after the Yom Kippur War, I think we are looking at different type of war, different type of weapons, and different type of warriors. I entitled my lecture as net war because this is the term that we use to refer to a low-intensity conflict waged by actors using online platforms. These are the new weapons. These are the new frontiers. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Most of us don't relate war to it, and certainly not terrorism, but let me try to convince you that we are now facing new type of enemies. In 1998, 12 terrorist websites were online. By the way, Al-Qaeda was there, Hamas was there, Hezbollah was there, Tamil Tigers were there, but only 12. Very simple, not sophisticated, and so on. In 2003, shortly after 2001, terrorism moved to cyberspace. And when I say moved, you can look at the number, from 12 to over 2,650. And soon enough, the numbers grew, and we are, when I say today, it's not even today, because in last summer, there were over 9,600 websites. Now, on top of that, and this is important, you have to add Twitter, you have to add Facebook pages, YouTube films and videos, and so on. Look at it from the point of view of a terrorist. Easy access, you don't even need a computer, you can go to public access computer. Nobody controls the internet, really. That's the beauty of the internet, that's the weakness. The liberal character of the internet can be abused, but many, let's call it bad actors, including terrorists. Anonymity, that's a perfect medium. You can upload, download material, disappear into the darkness, nobody will find you. It's very fast, it's interactive, it's very popular among young people. I'll speak about it in a moment. And it's actually not one more medium added to various media. It's all media on one platform. Instead of focusing on the entire study and all the evidence, I would like to highlight what I would call new trends. Narrowcasting. The term in communication is broadcasting. When you try to get with your message to a broad audience. Same message to a broad audience. Now, modern communication, modern advertisers, modern marketers are moving now to a more sophisticated method of narrowcasting. That is, slicing the target audiences into small groups and aiming at each one of them specific appeals, specific messages that are designed for that specific group. This is narrowcasting. Now, terrorists did the same thing. They actually started with narrowcasting, that is, same website to all, and then started moving to a more sophisticated way of separate specific websites or forums or chat rooms or whatever. You see some examples designed for specific subpopulations. Subpopulations that can be overseas communities, Muslims in Europe or in North America, children or women. Second new trend, I have only 3, so it won't take very long, is the new media, what we call social media. All of these, I guess, are known to you. You all know Google and Google Earth and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And terrorists realize the potential of all these new platforms. Let me just make one remark. Terrorists never invented anything about the internet. They didn't make not a single inch of progress online. Nothing was invented by terrorists. But they're very fast in adopting the most advanced, sophisticated, the newest online platforms, including those that you see here, including those that we call social media. How about Google Earth? Well, if you were a terrorist, you would like the idea of having free satellite services. No? Somebody that will give you access, free, of course, to satellite maps, pictures, and so on. And let me get finally to lone wolves. This is an emerging trend. And many recent attacks, the type that we call lone wolf. Somebody commits or prepares an act, a political act of terrorism, by himself or by herself. We call it lone wolves, and those who use the term probably don't know much about lone wolves in nature. Lone wolves in nature die. Lone wolf terrorism is probably the most alarming emerging type of terrorism. It's not a group that launches the attack. It's a single one, which is harder to detect and to stop. But behind every lone wolf, there's always a virtual pack. I will argue that right now, the war, the virtual war in the Middle East, is not something in the future. It goes on right now. There is a virtual war in the Middle East. Israeli targets are attacked 100 times a day, several hundred attacks per day. We don't even know about it. Israeli forces are attacking back. Sometimes we know about it because there is a virus, a mysterious virus that hits the computer systems of the Iranian facilities. Okay, so that's a media story. But how about thousands and thousands of attacks that are unreported? So 40 years after the war, the Yom Kippur War, we are looking at new fronts, new weapons, new challenges, and new warriors.